All right, guys. So today's episode is going to be actually very, 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 very interesting, especially if you are in the market for bands, right? So I'm going to break down the different types of bands. I mean, obviously, there's so many bands out there, but I'll go over the most common bands that you need to know when you're shopping for a band. Okay, so before getting into it for you, if you've been following us for a long time and if you just landed on the channel, definitely show that you support us. I mean, many people say that when you subscribe to the channel, then it helps out the algorithm, but more importantly, it shows us here at Fire and Brilliance that you support us. Okay, so thank you so much if you're going to do that. Hit the like button and leave a comment below, and definitely hit the notification bell so that in case another episode comes up, you get to be notified right away. We're also on TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. So follow us there as well for the freshest and latest content as well. And I'm gonna get right into it for you. All right, again, so this is about types of bands. But before breaking that down for you, let's go over what are bands when it comes to jewelry, right? So I'm not talking about obviously the rock band, right? I'm talking about jewelry bands, right? So bands are rings worn on the hand that do not showcase a main center stone, right? So it can be plain without gems made from all types of materials, such as precious metals, such as gold, palladium, platinum, silver, right? But then at the same time, it doesn't have to be precious metals. Bands can also be made of wood. It could be made of plastic. It could be made of other types of contemporary types of metals, such as aluminum, such as steel, right? Stainless steel. So there's all different types of ways you can make a band. Now, so those are plain bands, right? So those are plain bands without any access to gemstones or any kind of designs or anything like that. But there are also bands that showcase access to gemstones from colored stones such as alexandrite, sapphires, rubies, and emeralds, as well as white gemstones such as diamonds, lab diamonds, and moissanite and white sapphires, right? So there are many different ways that you can create a band, that you can design a band, that you can add to the band to make it your own and make it unique to yourself, right? So, so let's go over 6 types of bands that many people are actually looking for these days, right? So, first of all, what kind of bands are there? It can be categorized as an accessory of everyday wear, but it can also carry a deeper meaning, right? So many people actually have wedding bands, anniversary bands, or a promise ring, right? So that carries more meaning to the heart, to especially if they're in a relationship with someone else, or if it's an heirloom that's passed down by somebody. So there's also that as well. But at the same time, bands are also worn for fun, everyday wear, for fashion as well, for yourself and for your individual self, right? So bands can carry a lot of different meanings. So let me go ahead and go over 6 different types of styles of bands. Number one is there's a straight band, right? So straight bands, and all of these bands that I'm actually going over with you obviously can be designed in different ways and different assortments of different styles. If you want to add millgrain, you want to add access to gemstones, or if you want to add anything to it. But I'll go over the 6 basic types of bands that most people will purchase. Number one is a straight band. So all bands that are aligned straight and symmetrical 360 degrees around is considered a straight band because it goes down all the way 360 degrees without any kind of curvature, right? So that's considered a straight band. Many times people will purchase a straight band or a classic wedding band or a classic, classic wedding band, plain wedding band in gold, platinum, silver, palladium, right? So that's a classic straight band. Sometimes the people will add access to gemstones to it, and sometimes people will just leave it as a plain metal. Sometimes they'll add millgrain to it, and sometimes they may add an etched design to it. Sometimes they'll engrave something in it, and sometimes they'll leave it alone. So it's just really up to you. But the difference here is that it doesn't matter how you design it, it's a straight band because it goes all the way through, aligned 360 degrees in a straight line. Okay, so the second version is called a contour band. What is a contour band? Typically, not always, but for the most part, if a person has an engagement ring with a center stone, a contour band is made with a U shape on the top of the finger or a V shape on the top of the finger to curve or to contour around the center stone. The whole point of a contour band is to match along with the engagement ring. So the curvature of the contour can contour around the center stone. It's a very popular design. It's for the purpose purpose of wearing it with the engagement ring. And now, not all people will do that. Some people love wearing the contour band by itself because it's unique, and people do that. But for the most part, people pair it with their engagement ring. So a contour band, again, is typically a U or V shape at the top of the part of the band. The purpose is to border a matching engagement ring with a specific center stone size. Okay, so and number 3, a half halo band. Okay, so a half halo band is similar to that of a contour band. The only difference is that it's a half halo. So in other words, it's the same look and feel as a halo ring. The only difference is that it's cut half of the way. It contours around the center stone, but then there are accented gemstones on top of the contour ring, making it a half halo, right? So that's exactly what it is. It's very similar to a contour ring. If not, it's probably the same as a contour ring. The only difference is that you can add gemstones on top of the contour to make it look as if it's a half halo when it contours around the center stone, right? So the 4th ring is called the bursting halo band, right? So what is a bursting halo band? It's a very popular design these days, right? So it's very similar to that of halo contour bands. The difference now is that it has a very star-like appearance, very sun-like appearance, very array-like appearance. So it looks like a sunshine or flowers where the design really just sticks out, right? So typically designers will use more of elongated gemstones to create that appearance, to create that look, such as emerald cuts, such as pear cuts, such as oval cuts, as well as baguettes, right? So when you create these when you set these elongated gemstones around the bursting halo band of the center stone, you're creating more of a sun-like, star-like array, a brilliant and fire and brilliance type of effect on the ring, and it's a very, very popular look and feel. So that's the bursting halo bands. Now the 5th one is called a matching band. Now a matching band can be a straight band, contour band, halo band, bursting halo band. All that basically means is that it's created in the same design as the original engagement ring, right? So for example, if your engagement ring is very specific designs where it has a lot of millgrain, has a specific etch design, if it has a specific type of curvature, and you want to create a matching band to match with that engagement ring, then that's just called a matching band. So a matching band, again, it can be a straight band, a contour band, a half halo band, and a bursting halo band. The only difference is that the design of the band is almost identical to that of the engagement ring, so that you can pair it along with each other. And the one piece of advice that I will want to provide to you, especially if you're looking for a matching band, is if you are going to decide to purchase an engagement ring as well as a matching band, it's best to actually purchase the matching band at the same time as the engagement ring, because if you're to purchase at a later date, then the original designer will have to ensure that the matching band is going to be the same exact size as the engagement ring. The reason why I say that is because sometimes people's finger sizes fluctuate. It may go up or it may go down. So later on in the future, if you purchase a matching band at a different finger size, then the original orientation of that design may have already been altered. So it's always best to make the matching band and the engagement ring at the same exact time. Now, then the 6th and final type of band is considered the stackable band. What is a stackable band? All that means is that if you are into fashion and if you like to wear jewelry and you really just want to wear jewelry for the sake of wearing jewelry, it doesn't have to be for engagement, wedding anniversary, or anything like that. Many people do wear rings and stack it amongst each other. It doesn't have to match. It could be of different metal colors, from rose gold, white gold, yellow gold, palladium, platinum, silver, or anything like that. It could have gemstones from sapphires, emeralds, rubies to diamonds. It can have designs such as millgrain or no millgrain, engraving or no engraving. It just depends on what you like and feel. You just purchase a bunch of bands that you like, you stack it on top of each other, and you wear 2 or 3 at a time, and it does not have to actually even match, and that's called the stackable look. Okay, so there you go. Those are the 6 different types of styles of bands, from straight bands, contour bands, halo bands, bursting halo bands, matching bands, as well as stackable bands. And obviously there are way more out there, but I wanted to cover the most common types of bands that people are looking for. All right, guys, so those are the types of bands, especially if you're in the market and you're trying to make sure that you get a matching band for your current engagement ring, or you're just trying to stack some bands, or you're trying to understand the different types of bands and what you can do with the band. So hopefully that provided you with some value. Again, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell. We're also on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, as well as Twitter. And I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.